Vitor Porto got the first prize and he's qualified for Mr. Olympia 2025, and Elivelton Morais who got the second place. And let's see the comparison of these two athletes. So we will compare all the poses, and we'll see the reason why Elivelton couldn't beat Vitor Porto, and we will try to compare every pose. So keep watching till the end, and we will compare every pose. So we will discuss what improvements Elivelton needs to work on. So let's start the comparisons. In front double biceps, we can see Elivelton's midsection. It is not that narrow, and the V taper is not coming out good. And the overall physique, the proportions are fine, but in Vitor Porto, the proportion is far better than Elivelton's, because the waist size is very narrow from Vitor, and he's looking sharp, and his upper body looking impressive. Lats are wider and arms are conditioned, and Elivelton's upper body is not that impressive. Lower quads are good, quads are well sided, well conditioned. You can see the muscles sartorius. The quads is conditioned, but the upper body is not that conditioned. So in lat spread, again we see the midsection of both two athletes. The midsection is not impressive by these two athletes. You can see the Elivelton's midsection. It is looking flat, and the gut is looking outside, and it is popping out. And Victor's midsection is also not that much impressive, but still he is better than Elivelton's midsection. And overall physique is looking good by Vitor, but Elivelton's physique is not that impressive in that pose. And in any side chest, you can see the Vitor's upper body is fine. It is big and sharper than Elivelton's, because Elivelton's upper body is not that impressive. You can see the shoulders, arms are not that big like Vitor's. And in this pose, Vitor is looking so impressive. He is looking big and conditioned at the same time. And Elivelton needs to work more on his upper body, because he's looking smaller than Vitor in upper body. And if we talk about any side triceps, again we see the size of the upper body is bigger than Elivelton's. Vitor is having bigger shoulders, chest, and overall triceps, biceps, quads. And Elivelton needs to work more on upper body, because he's not carrying much muscles, and his height is high, then his height is good, but overall he needs to put more muscle on upper body. And Vitor is carrying good muscle mass according to his height. And if you talk about back double biceps, the mid back of Elivelton is lacking in size. The density is not there, and at the same time Vitor is also not that much impressive in back shot, but still he got the nice thick shoulders, middle traps, and hamstrings. And if you talk about glutes, Elivelton's glutes are well sided and well defined, but Vitor's glutes are not that big, and but hamstrings are good from Vitor. And overall back pose is fine, but I think Elivelton's overall back pose is better, and he needs to work more on lats width, because the width of the lats is not that fine. And in back lat spread, I would say Vitor wins this pose, because his back is looking very wide. You can see the width of lats are nice, and Elivelton's back is not that much impressive. The V taper is not that impressive, and glutes are good and hamstrings are good, but upper body is not that impressive. So this pose also goes to Vitor Porto. If we talk about most muscular pose, so in this pose Vitor Porto is looking so much impressive. You can see the striation in chest, shoulder, and quads. They are so impressive. And Elivelton is looking good in this pose, but not as hard as Vitor is looking. So overall this pose also goes to Vitor. But one thing I need to say, that Elivelton needs to work more on his upper body. He needs to put more muscle mass, because his height is good. He is taller than Vitor, so he needs to put more muscle mass to win against Vitor Porto.